moment of my life have been the first one when I married best friend, love of my life, then birth of my two lovely daughters, and the day when I chose to pursue my calling in life. When I resigned from being a gynecologist and decided to become a life coach. Journey of being a life and parenting coach has been absolutely wonderful. When you listen to the success stories of your clients and parents, it's so delightful. And there's a little challenge that comes with it. Because your family also sometimes treat you are the life coach, mom, you are a parenting coach. So you can sail through all the challenges very easily. While that's not very true. So it's the story of 5 years back when my elder daughter turned 9 and she learned the art of messing up her wardrobe. I'm sure all the parents here who have teens or preteens can really relate with the story. So I was very confident actually that I can really help her gain the wisdom that why it is so important to keep your wardrobe clean and organized so you can find everything easily. So I tried my best. I tried coaching, supervising, advising, moralizing, very lovingly, politely telling her, acknowledging her, even scolding and setting consequences. But actually, nothing worked. Because her answer was, Mom, I like my wardrobe just the way it is. It's perfect. Rather, it's much easier to find my stuff when it's everything lying in front of me. So I asked my husband, oh God, I'm really fed up. What should I do with this girl? And the answer was, you are the parenting coach in the house. You should know the answer. Here we go. But he advised me exactly the same thing still, which I always coach my clients on, acceptance. So after a lot of frustration, irritation, being mad and really feeling bad about it, I thought I'm going to work on accepting her and the wardrobe just the way it is. Until one breezy Monday morning, while I was cooking scrambled eggs for my daughters, sipping my Earl Grey tea, my daughter came rushing in. Mom, where is my tie? She was literally screaming. And it's right there, darling, in the wardrobe. No, I can't find it. I'm getting late for the school. Come, help me. I was about to say, who can find a tie in a messy wardrobe like you? But I stopped myself. I had to really bite my tongue because it had not clearly worked in the past. So I stopped myself very calmly. I went to her room. The moment I opened the doors of the wardrobe and saw the mountain of pile of clothes, I noticed the lovely joy, the calm, and the peace from the morning slipping away from my body, and some irritation, frustration, and a little bit of anger marching in, which sounded like, what is the rocket science in understanding this simple thing that you've got to keep your wardrobe clean? Otherwise, how will you find things? Why she's so irresponsible, so careless, or maybe pure lazy? Why I'm not able to teach her the very much required simple skill of organizing her things? What is the problem here? And blah, blah, blah. And while going through that pile of clothes for the very third time, it embarked on me. It's not her or the wardrobe that is in mess. Rather, it's my mind. The voice inside my head, which for the last 2 or 3 minutes were continuously telling me why I was not a good enough mother and why she was not maybe a good enough child. And I took a sigh and smiled. Right. The tie was right there in the corner of the wardrobe. I was so happy to see it. Once the kids went off to school, I took my second cup of Earl Grey tea and sat on my couch. And I reflected on what happened this morning. And even though I actually, on an intellectual level, knew very well the internal communication, the self-talk we do all the time, how important it is. But that day, it landed much deeper in a totally different way. And I thought, if my talk would have been like any other skill, academic skill, sports, or any other skill. Organizing things is also a skill. And maybe my daughter, which is almost at the top of her class, very good in academics, needs more time in learning organizing skills. Maybe she needs certain more support, or maybe a different way of me teaching her. That's all it is. And she will definitely gradually learn it. And I know what a great kid she is. That made me feel immediately better. Intra-communication, art of talking to ourselves. This is a skill which is hardly taught ever in any school or university. Whenever we focus on communication, we are always talking about listening or talking to others, how to understand others or how to make them understand ourselves. But what I realized that day was that intra-communication is the crux of everything in our life. Not just our relationship with ourselves, with others, while our work on and every other area of our life. So I started noticing my relationship with my partner, with my other daughter, with my colleagues, with my clients, and every time I noticed myself doing that negative self-talk, anything which was making me feel bad about myself or anybody else, I started making a change. And definitely the impact was amazing. I noticed a little bit of friction which was there between me and my daughter. Sometimes a little bit of snapping back or answering back, that completely was gone away. The bond between her and me was growing at a very deep level. I just absolutely loved it. And I noticed changes in every other area of my life as well. So intra-communication, if the peace and joy is the treasure of our life, I believe intra-communication is the key to it. Thank you very much.